right, let's learn Buffalo Gals. One of those songs everybody knows, and most people probably can't remember where they first heard it because it's been around all their life. So transcends the banjo and traditional banjo music, an old song, and it's really good for banjo. Not too challenging to play and sing, so a good one if you're just getting started doing this because it's not too melodically difficult and because it's a familiar melody. So we're going to be playing it in the key of G. On the demonstration for the channel, I do this on the gourd banjo. Same relative tuning, so the relationships between the strings on the notes, the relationships are the same. Tuning is different. So so it's just standard G tuning tuned down. So here we're just going to be in standard G tuning. D on our fourth string, G on the third, B on the second, D on the first, and a G on the fifth. So as usual for these singing and playing workshops, I'm going to play through or demonstrate how to work up an arrangement of what you play behind your voice as you're singing using our building blocks: melody, the basic melody, the lyrics, and the chord progression. And we'll start with a simple thing to do and add a little more complexity. So to start with, let's go through the chord progression. Now, this particular song, the singing parts of the song follow the same chord progression, even though there's kind of a verse-chorus structure, with the chorus being "Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight?" But it's the same melody, same chord progression. And then there's this instrumental part that is inserted sometimes in some versions, which I did, in between the melody and verse, in between the singing parts. So let's go through the singing parts and demonstrate that first. Chord progression that you see on the screen, we have to start with the open G, open strings of the banjo. As I was walking down the street, move to the D, down the street, back to the G, down the street. A pretty little girl I chanced to meet, we D, dance by the light of the, back to G. So just G's and D's. Just G's and D's throughout the whole, all the singing parts. So chorus goes like this, same chord progression. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? So G, now to the D, come out tonight, back to the G, come out tonight. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? We, back to the D, dance by the light of the moon. And back to the open G. Okay? So that's the chord progression. Simplest thing we can do is just bum diddy behind our voice, alternating the bum strokes on the third and fourth string like this. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a pretty little girl I chanced to meet, we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? We dance by the light of the moon. Now, you may see why I chose to do this on the gourd banjo so that I could lower the key a little bit, so I could sing in a little bit lower register. So if you can sing in this register, I mean, if it's comfortable, that's great. If you're a woman, you might find this even easier, or a really good key for you for this song. So that's the basic thing we can do. Now let's, to dress it up a little bit, what we could do is alternate between the bum and the bumpadiddy stroke. So like this. So I go bum diddy, and then I do a skip stroke, play the open third, like that little rhythm throughout. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a pretty little girl I chanced to meet, we danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? We dance by the light of the moon. All right, so that's kind of level 2. And the next thing we can do is insert some melody notes to replicate what we're singing while we're playing the banjo. And since this is not too melodically complex, not a super notey tune, we can throw a lot of them in there if we want to, and kind of double what we're playing on the banjo, double what we're singing. So here's the melody for the kind of a skeleton of the melody for the verse. let's see what we can do with that. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a pretty little girl I chanced to meet would dance by the light of the moon. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight, come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? We dance by the light of the moon. So you notice the second time through there, I did a little bit more of those melody notes. As I was walking down. So there you could go do that pull off there. As I was walking down the street. So here's just the banjo. Down the street. Or you could go down the street. So down the street. And then that pull off again. Down the street. So all that without the banjo, without my voice. Is that, sorry. And with my voice, as I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street. We can do something similar again. A pretty little girl I chanced to meet, we danced by the, and then same thing works for both the verse and the chorus there. All right, so that's it. That's the singing parts of the song. That's that little in-between thing that's in-between instrumental. So that's fun to insert in between your singing, make things a little more interesting. The tab for what I do there is in the tab download for this song, so you can play around with that if you want to. And so, with all that, you'd have a complete version of Buffalo Gals. And remember that if you're just getting started, keep it simple with what you play behind your voice. You don't have to get complicated. And you can kind of mix and match any of those elements that I showed you. You don't have to you don't have to double the melody exactly like I was showing at the end. You can just insert some of those things, and any that you do will help add interest and texture to the song. So that is Buffalo Gals. If you have any questions about it, you're watching the Breakthrough Banjo virtual classroom, just ask in the comment box. And I will see you in the next video.